What's up, everyone? Welcome to Variant Live. As you guys know, every Monday I hop on the YouTubes and talk to you people live from my office with all my cool things in the background and stuff. And funny enough, not funny enough, it's not funny, it's actually sad. This Monday is going to be the last Variant Live until the new year, until January 3rd, I believe, because I've gotten ahead with all the videos and whatnot. And hold on, let me adjust this camera. I think it's a little wonky. Let's get up there. Let's fix it for you guys. Let's see. Frame it a little different. Is that working? Is that better? I'm more centered. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. Anyway, yes, today's going to be the last Variant Live until January 3rd because Christmas and holidays and the New Year and all that stuff. So me and the whole Variant team have been working very hard to make sure that you guys are still going to have videos during those 2 weeks. You're just not going to have any Variant Live videos. So you're still going to have your Wednesday videos and you're still going to have your Saturday videos during that time because we've shot ahead, been doing lots of work to make sure that happened for you guys. I don't want to leave you guys empty-handed, but there will be no Variant Lives because I'll be with family and friends and celebrating the season, 'tis the season and all, all that fun stuff. As for today, what we have on the docket, obviously Star Wars, Last Jedi is on everyone's mind. It's very polarized right now. It's kind of split down the middle. A lot of people love it, a lot of people hate it. It's being talked about either way, so I'm going to give you my spoiler thoughts on that. Then also, Disney bought Fox, everyone. Motherfreaking Disney. Mickey Mouse is buying the world. Talk about that a little bit. And then Hawk and Dove, we got pictures for that this past week for the new Titan series. It's going to be on DC's streaming channel that I believe launches in 2018. I think it's 2018. I believe so. And then My Hero Academia. Of course, we're going to talk about... Actually, while we're on the topic of My Hero Academia... let's just start with that. Start with My Hero Academia. As you guys know, the last 2 weeks, I believe, we've been watching, you guys, Variant Nation, I've been watching My Hero Academia 2 episodes at a time. The first week we watched episodes 1 and 2, then we did 3 and 4, and that's where we're at now. And then over the break, I was gonna tell you guys that we should probably watch a little more. Let's watch 4 episodes over the break. It's 2 weeks. Let's watch episodes, where we're at, 5, 6, 7, and 8. But last week, it was episodes 3 and 4. And if you guys don't know, the great people at Verve gave Variant an awesome offer. Through Variant, you guys can get a free 30-day ad-free trial that ends at the end of December. But you can watch any anime that they have on there, which they have Dragon Ball Super, My Hero Academia, Attack on Titan, all that cool stuff. And through the special offer that the nice people at Verve have given us, you could sign up and get free 30-day ad-free trial. Link is in the description below. Anyway, let's talk about My Hero Academia. Guys, this anime is really, really awesome. Like, I'm finally at the point in the show where I'm like caring about the characters, and it's pretty dang great. Like, just I love the whole, like, the main character. I guess they call it, he has several different names, but Deku or whatever, Deku, I believe it's Deku. Sorry, I'm bad with with names, and I did just start watching it, but I believe his name is Deku, the main character. I love his whole arc thus far. So episodes 3 and 4, episode 3, I believe. Remember, spoilers if you haven't seen My Hero Academia, but that was homework, guys, so that should be obvious. I'm gonna spoil first few episodes of My Hero Academia if you haven't seen it. Spoilers. Anyway, in episode 3, I believe, he finally gets some power. He finally gets a quirk, as they refer to it. They call superpowers quirks in the show, or manga, whatever you want to call it. Which is funny in itself. Anyway, he gets it by swallowing a piece of All Might's hair, because you find out through the series, like, All Might's power is a power that's been passed down from person to person, and it keeps getting stronger and stronger. But the problem is Deku's body can't contain the power yet, so he's having him train and do all this stuff so his body can contain the All Might's raw power. And it's funny because he only has a strand of hair, which is only giving him a fraction of All Might's power. So can you imagine, like, if he had all of All Might's power? Anyway, I believe he's training all episode 3, and then in episode 4, he finally gets accepted into the My Hero Academia school. This is the school you want to go to if you want to be, like, a famous superhero. It's the one that, like, All Might graduated from and all that stuff. But during, like, a training course in that episode, which I believe is episode 4, they may blur together with. It's kind of blurring together a little bit because I just watch them back to back. But I believe it's episode 4. He's put in a situation where he's, they're training in a fighting enemies and robots in this fake city, and he's in a situation where he has to use his quirk, so he punches the robot and he destroys it, and everyone's shocked. They're like, oh my god, this guy's power is insane. It's freaking, he's like, he's so strong, yada, yada, yada. And he destroys the robot. Problem is, again, his body is not strong enough to contain the raw power. So, like, he breaks his arm. It's all purple and bruised. His legs even become broken and stuff like that. And the school nurse, who her quirk is healing people, had to heal him. But the problem is, each time she heals someone, it takes longer and longer to heal because your body, the person she's healing, that like the person who's hurt, like their energy depletes kind of, so it just takes longer and longer. It's kind of like calories in food. You just need more energy to heal faster. They explain it in the show, but that's kind of like the gist of it. But it's really, the show's really coming together for me as far as like where we're going from here, and it's just really, really, really fun. It's so hard to just watch 2 episodes at a time. I'm gonna be honest. I told you guys that like during this 2-week hiatus for Variant Live, we should watch episodes. What did I say? Episodes. Did I say 6 and 7, 7 and 8? I say just finish the first season. I'll take it back. Just finish the first season because it's Christmas break. I'm probably gonna watch a lot of it and maybe wanting to go to season 2. So finish the first season. I believe there's only like 10 episodes in the first season. I don't know. I could be wrong. I'm guessing. But just finish the first season and we'll talk about it a little freely. Because I'm sure a lot of you guys are probably already you're current in the whole thing. I'm just the noob who's behind on the awesome anime. But I'm loving it so far, guys. The only complaint I have with it is that the main character Deku, like sometimes I feel like he's a little whiny. Like he cries about everything. Like everything's like a little over dramatic. And I know it's kind of like anime in a nutshell. Like everything, it's supposed to be dramatic, but I don't know. It kind of just, it doesn't bother me enough to not like the show. I love the show, and I still like him as a character. But it's just sometimes. I'm sure you guys know what I mean. Anyway, I love All Might too. All Might is like he's kind of like he's like that Superman type character where he's like the I'm here to save the day type thing. He's like the stereotypical like the superhero, all-American, or I guess that wouldn't make sense, all-American, because this is an anime. It's Japan. You guys know what I mean. He's like the generic, stereotypical superhero, and he's just, the way he talks is really funny, and then how he can only stay in his All Might form for, I believe, like 3 hours at a time or something like that. Anyway, if you guys aren't watching it, if this is the first Variant Live you're seeing, just catch up, and we talk about it. We talk about it every Monday. It's really fun. I love it, and I'm going to binge watch the heck out of it during Christmas break, and you guys should too. Remember, you could the link for a free 30-day ad-free trial is in the description below from the awesome people at Verve. Now, let's talk about another big thing that happened right before The Last Jedi came out, which is Mickey Mouse, Disney buying 21st Century Fox, or just Fox in general. Good Lord, people, Disney is like taking over the world. It's so crazy. So let's see. Okay, so with this, the biggest thing for us comic book nerds is that means Disney now has Fantastic Four, the X-Men, and of course Deadpool. But then it also means they have the characters that are in like those universes. So they got like the Silver Surfer, they got Galactus, they got Doctor Doom, they could X-Force. Like the possibilities are endless, people. It's insane. It's insane. So like I would only assume that they're gonna jump on this for phase 4. I mean, I know Kevin Feige and the whole Marvel Studios team probably already have that planned out, or maybe behind the scenes they knew this was gonna happen. Us, the public, only was hearing about this for like I guess a month or so now, but behind the scenes this stuff goes on forever. So I mean, maybe that's what could you imagine phase 4, like San Diego Comic-Con next year, they showed yeah, Infinity War came out, but what's gonna happen for phase 4? Boom, X-Men. Boom, Fantastic Four. Not only that, who's the big baddie? Galactus. Dude. Or freaking Apocalypse for the X-Men. Oh man, I know they already did him in like in the one of the more recent X-Men movies, X-Men Apocalypse. But I think a lot of us could agree that was So want it done the right MCU way, because they I mean, it's Marvel. Who's going to take care of their characters better than Marvel themselves, Marvel Studios? So I'm all about seeing X-Men in the MCU, the Fantastic Four. I really want the Fantastic Four to be done right, guys. I mean, because we've gotten some good X-Men movies. Not all of them are great, but X2 is fantastic. Days of Future Past was good. We've got a handful of good X-Men movies. I still want to see their more comic book, I would still want to see them in the MCU, because I think they'll be even better because it's Marvel Studios. But I really want to see a good Fantastic Four movie, because The first one I liked it when it came out, like most, I'm sure all of you. I was younger at the time. Yeah, Fantastic Four, it's fun, but they're cheesy. I mean, they're kind of like them still because of nostalgia and all that stuff. Which is kind of funny though too, because Chris Evans, Captain America, was the Human Torch in those first two Silver Surfer movies. First two Fantastic Four movies, Fantastic Four, and then Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer. So that's funny that now that they're home with him. I think he actually made a tweet about that, which was really funny too. And now Deadpool, dude, Deadpool is in the MCU technically now. That's crazy. I'm curious to see what Disney's gonna go do with that because it's a very rated R franchise, and Deadpool is, a more, gritty. I don't know, rated R character. To do him Deadpool right, you can't really hold limits on it. So I'm curious to see if they keep it though. If they just keep it under, the Fox banner and just keep finishing this trilogy. Or I'm curious. Yeah, I'm curious. Maybe they'll finish the trilogy out and then bring him into the MCU because I don't think they have any rush to I don't think it's gonna be like Phase 4. Let's do X-Men, Fantastic Four, Deadpool, X-Force. I don't think they're gonna cram it all into Phase 4. You could have a Phase 4 with the X-Men being the centerpiece because remember, you're still gonna have Black Panther that's gonna be part of Phase 4. You're still gonna have Guardians. You're still gonna have Spider-Man. They're all gonna be part of Phase 4. I'm guessing though that we're gonna get a new Iron Man saga because I don't think Robert Downey Jr. is gonna play Iron Man anymore. Same thing with Chris Evans. I think they're gonna kill off Captain America. I don't think he's gonna play Captain America anymore. I think Bucky is either gonna become Captain America or Falcon. I think they're probably gonna do something with Thor too. All the kind of the OG guys that have been playing these characters since 2008 and that stuff. So, but that'd be cool. So first half Phase 4, very X-Men centric. Then the second half, or even Phase 5, Fantastic Four, or vice versa. I'm just happy that they're home, and I'm sure you guys are too. I'm just very, very happy that Fantastic Four, X-Men, and even Deadpool are home. I'm just very curious to see how Disney's gonna handle Deadpool. This guy, what is it? It's backwards, right there. There you go. Ryan Reynolds Deadpool. I'm very curious to see what they're gonna do with that since it's rated R. But Disney owns lots of stuff that's not family friendly, so maybe they're not gonna change anything. I don't know, but I'm very excited to see the plan of what's going to happen next. I just know because I'm going to San Diego Comic-Con this coming summer, and I just really, really want, the Hall H, the walls to open, Marvel Studios, a presentation, Phase 4, and then we just see the big X or Fantastic Four, because I'll lose my crap. Like you guys and every other comic book nerd out there, I will lose my crap. I'm very, very excited and just glad that Marvel Studios has the babies back. They got them, so that's really cool. But in other news, besides the comic book part, there's a lot of talk about this with this whole Disney acquiring Fox thing. Because besides just the comic book stuff, they also got the Alien franchise. They got Avatar. They got Planet of the Apes franchise. They have X-Files. They own The Simpsons now, and I believe they own a large part of Hulu now because Fox owned a large part of Hulu. I think it's 30-something%. I don't know, but they own a big part of Hulu, which is a big competitor for Netflix. And so Disney, just Disney, man, Disney. So let's run down things off the top of my head what they have now. So they have Marvel Studios has the X-Men and all Iron Man, Spider-Man, all that stuff now. Fantastic Four, right? Alien franchise, Avatar, Planet of the Apes, what else? Star Wars, Lucasfilm, freaking jeez, Disney guys. They're taking over the world. It's kind of scary at this point. It's kind of scary. What? There's gonna be no competition left. It's just Disney's gonna do everything. Disney is Hollywood in all media now. Jeez, what you guys are gonna see it in the paper soon. Disney buys Variant Comics. Yeah, I don't think they care enough to buy Variant Comics, but that'd be funny. All right. Anyway, speaking of Disney owning things, they own Star Wars, like I just said. So let's move on to Star Wars. Okay, so Star Wars: The Last Jedi, people. It's got the internet going crazy right now. It's so polarized. It's got a 93 critic score on Rotten Tomato and a 56 audience score on Rotten Tomato. Last time I checked. It could have changed a little bit. Last time I checked, that's what it was. That's crazy. Now, first thing I want to say before I get into my spoiler thoughts about the movie is I put up a review on, I think, Friday night with my thoughts, and I liked the movie. I will say it again. I enjoyed the movie. Was there things I didn't like? Of course, but overall, I thought it was a solid movie. And because I liked the movie, a lot of people in the comment section were like, "Oh my God, Disney paid Arris and Variant to give it a good review. This was totally a paid review." And I'm reading it, I'm laughing, I'm like, really? I was kind of flattered in a sense because I'm like, one, that means you think that Disney needs my help for this movie to make millions of dollars that they paid me to give it a good review. I'm gonna say, guys, Disney does not need my or any other YouTuber's help for this movie to make like close to or $1 billion. So of course Disney did not pay me to give them a good review. That's like one of the weirdest, I'm gonna say it, like dumbest things I've ever heard. Of course not. And it's also like, why would I not give my own opinion? That's no. I'm just because I like the movie. That means Disney paid me. No, that's makes no dang sense. I just like the movie. Is it possible that people could have some people like the movie and some people didn't like the movie? I think so. So I don't get that. But I just wanted to clarify that. Of course, Disney did not pay me to give them the Star Wars a good review. And if they did, I didn't get the check, which sucks because the Mickey dollars would probably have a lot of zeros behind it. But no, I just like the movie. So with that out of the way, let's talk what I did like, and then we'll talk about what I didn't like. Again, spoilers. This is a spoiler Star Wars review for The Last Jedi. If you haven't seen it, that's your warning. I'm going to start talking about it. Okay, so what I did like. One of my favorite things about the movie was Kylo Ren's story arc. I really liked how, because when The Force Awakens ended and Rey beat the crap out of him, you expected him to act, or at least I did, expected him to be like all pissed and be like, oh, I'm going to get this girl. I'm going to prove to Snoke that, I'm not weaker than her, blah blah. And you thought he was gonna go after her, want to kill her, and like beat her up with his lightsabers and all that fun stuff. But it was very different. It was kind of like there was a lot of beats. There was like he wasn't so much mad at her as he's like wanted her to join. And there was even beats in there where it was like, is he falling for he's like, yo Rey, you kind of hot. Is it like, there was even little moments like he was like, no, it was almost like a turn on for him that she beat him. It's like, no, I just want you to be on my side. That's kind of sexy that you could beat me up. So I thought that was really cool how they thought you were gonna go one way because he's like the whiny like, no, I'm the best, and Darth Vader is my grandfather, blah 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 blah. But no, he totally was like, nah, just I want to work with you. So I thought that going that route was really cool. And then the big part turn for him is obviously when Snoke has Rey, captured and stuff, and he's like, kill her, you gotta kill her, and then show me you're the true, apprentice or blah blah blah, first order guy that you really are. You're the Darth Vader's grandson for real. Anyway, obviously he didn't, and then the big thing that pissed most people off is the Rey's lightsaber, or Anakin's original lightsaber that was right next to Snoke with the Force. Turned it on, cut him, in half. He Darth Mauled him. He Darth Mauled the crap out of Snoke. Now, this is a big thing that pissed a lot of people off. Main reason why it pissed a lot of people off is because in The Force Awakens, they built him up as like, oh, this guy's like more powerful than Palpatine. He's more, he's like one of the most powerful Siths, like Force users to have ever have lived. Oh, I can't wait for the payoff for this guy. I want to know his backstory. Where did he come from? Why is he so powerful? What's his lineage? What's his race? I want to know what's all about him. And then they didn't tell us any of that. They just right in half. So, understandably, I see why that's pissing off a lot of Star Wars fans. I get it. I totally 100% get it. When they did it, I literally went, no. But on the flip side of that, it is a bold, risky thing to do, and it's kind of cool in a sense. I'm playing devil's advocate because I didn't completely hate that. Because yes, I want more backstory for him. Yes, I want to know where he came from. They built him up a lot. I totally understand that. Rightfully so. Star Wars fans could be pissed. I get it. But on the flip side of that, it's kind of cool in the way that they're like, oh, this guy, he's a player. He's a major player. He's really strong. But it was like a total psych out. They're like, yeah, all about him. He's totally going to play out in the whole trilogy. Never mind. Dead. Now Kylo Ren is the leader of the First Order, and he is the main player who will play out through the whole trilogy. He is now in charge of the First Order. So I kind of thought that was clever in a sense. It was risky, completely ballsy, and people are pissed because of it. But I mean, it's a chance that they're willing to take, and it worked for some people. I didn't completely hate it. I feel like, again, I totally get the side where people want the backstory and all that stuff. I do too. But on the flip side of it, I'm like, you gotta give him credit. I mean, it's kind of like psyched us out. It was essentially like a big fake out, unless he's not really dead and they're trying to play something long game in episode 9. I don't know. You don't know. Only the Disney heads know. So, I mean, that part pissed kind of made me mad, but it kind of didn't. I'm kind of halvesies with it. I mean, I liked it, but I also didn't like it. I thought it was risky, and in movies to be bold and do new things, and you have to experiment and take risks. So, I mean, it's right now it's very split. That's a huge thing with the movie, that one of the major things that people hate, that we didn't get a backstory for Snoke. So, there's that. Then there's the whole Rey thing, her big reveal, where or her alleged reveal. As of now, this is what we know, because we don't know if Kylo Ren was lying. Kylo Ren basically, he's telling like, you know the truth. You've always known the truth who your parents are. Basically saying they're like bums, they're junkies, they traded you for parts, they're scavengers essentially. They never loved you. They just left you there and traded you for parts, and you've always known this. Just in a nutshell, saying her parents are no one. Her parents are no one of any significance, which I think is really cool, because I mean, this whole Star Wars has always been, the Skywalker blood has always been the center of it. There's been other powerful Jedis, of course, Mace Windu, Kit Fisto, you got Qui-Gon Jinn, you got plenty of powerful Jedis in the Star Wars franchise, but that was never the center. The center was always like the Skywalker blood. So it's cool that for this new generation, they're like, yeah, we're gonna focus on a Jedi who's strong in the Force, who's not a Skywalker. Like you don't have to be a Skywalker to be like the strongest, like a really strong, powerful Jedi. I think is what they were trying to say. They're trying to get away from that, and they're also, you gotta give it to them. They're trying to set it up for a new generation. Like, this is Star Wars for a completely new generation. I know I grew up watching Star Wars, the original 3 Star Wars on VHS. Like most of you, or some of you, even saw them in theaters and stuff. I get it. I know the fanboys in us are like, I totally understand, but you gotta understand the other side, where this is for a new generation. So they're focusing on, they're setting up for the future. But I kind of liked how it wasn't, she wasn't tied to a legacy character. That's, if you want to say, she wasn't tied to like, Luke or Han or any, or a Boba Fett or anything like that. She was just this random girl who's extremely powerful in the Force, and that's really cool. I mean, I personally liked it. If you guys didn't like it, fine. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. For me, I thought that was cool and unique and different. Then the other big thing, I guess the other huge thing would be Luke. Luke. This one is like weird for me. I think this is the thing I liked the least, because again, this movie's so weird for me, because I like the movie overall, but but I don't know. See, it's hard to get my thoughts out. Okay, so in The Force Awakens, they very much established that Luke's a hermit. Like, we knew that, right? He's secluded himself. He's been there for years. They couldn't even freaking find him. They didn't find him until the very end of the movie. So in this movie, when Rey showed up, we couldn't expect him to, like, oh, there's this random girl with my old lightsaber. I'm completely going to change what I've been thinking for the last several years and go join and fight with you. Like, there's not going to be a switch with that. So, but at the same time, it was a very different Luke. I would have liked to seen a Luke that's just, he's super powerful in the Force, and like he's just wrecking shop, like a really cool fight scene with him and Kylo Ren. I mean, again, I know we got that. It was a Force projection though. It's still really cool and shows how powerful he is. I mean, because how strong in the Force you have to be to do a Force projection from like galaxies away. Like, that's all kinds of insane. But you guys know what I mean? Like an actual lightsaber duel between them, not just like his like Force projection and all that stuff. So I mean, Luke could have definitely been done well. The thing that I really, really didn't like is how they killed him at the end and how he died. Like, I thought that was completely pointless. It felt like they were just killing him to get rid of him and go on to new characters. Like, there was nothing like significant to it. He's like, oh, there's my Force projection. I distracted Kylo Ren in the First Order long enough for, the Resistance and all of them to get away. So now I could, just die and give myself to the Force, all Obi-Wan style, like he did when Darth Vader swung the lightsaber at him. So, I mean, I thought that was lame. This is Luke Skywalker. You gotta give him a better death than, I mean, really? He just disappears? That's a gripe. That's a big thing for me. That one, I think he should have at least gone through episode 9. Like, kill him off at the end of episode 9. He should have lived in this one, my personal opinion. And I would have liked to see a cooler fight with him. We got that Force projection stuff with him with Kylo Ren. Really, really cool. Shows how powerful he is in the Force. But I wanted like a real one. You know what I mean? Like, again, it shows how powerful he is. Even with when we went to Leia, like Leia thought he was actually there. She gave him like Han Solo's dice and all that stuff. So, but I wanted like If you're gonna off him, make him go out in style. I mean, again, the force projection was cool, but I don't know. I don't know. Then the Yoda thing I thought was cool too. I know a lot of people were like, you just put him in there, put him in there. I was just kind of. I've only seen the movie once. Also, I'll throw that out there. I haven't seen it multiple times, so I'm still going off the one time I've seen it. I was just happy to see him. Um, Again, it probably could have been thrown in there for a more significant role. But I'm gonna be honest. When the camera panned and you saw the back of Yoda's head, I went, my mouth opened. I went, shut up. And I think like I said it kind of loud. So like someone sitting next to looked next to me because I was like, shut up. Totally fanboy like Yoda. But I was just happy to see him. With that said, another thing that I think I said in my review, again, I didn't elaborate much about all this stuff in my review that I put up Friday because, again, I try to keep it spoiler free. I basically just said, I like the movie. There's some things I didn't like, but I like the movie overall. And that's that. So that's why I'm here now, elaborating on my thoughts. Finn and Rose. That was some of the slowest parts for me in the movie. It was okay. Could have done without it. I think the pacing. You know what it is too. Again, overall, I like the movie, but I think the pacing could have been better. And then there was a lot of. I thought it was cheesier. It's Star Wars movies. There's lots of cheese in Star Wars movies, but I thought this movie had a lot of cheese. Especially, come on, guys, Leia with the whole Superman Force thing. I'm flying through space like the Man of Steel. Ah, come on, come on. But just not good. And then the whole Finn Rose thing. I mean, I liked Rose as a character. I like Finn. I loved him in The Force Awakens. Like in this, I just thought it could have done something cooler. I don't know. It felt a little out of place for me. But again, with that said, I'm like, I'm not trying to like trash the movie. I liked the movie overall. Like there was a lot of cool stuff in the movie. I thought too. Like everything with like the X-wings and the Tie Fighters and Star Destroyers. Like dude, that look. I like the whole opening sequence in the movie. I was like in awe. I was like, this looks so cool. And I saw it in a Dolby digital theater, so the sound was like awesome. And the sound design was just you just hear it panning like left to right, and all the cool sound design they did for like all the fighter jets and stuff like that. It was just visual eye candy, very very cool. And then the fight with Kylo Ren and Rey when they're fighting I forget the name of those guys. Praetorian guards, I believe it's Praetorian guards, the red guys, the red samurai looking space dudes. That was awesome. That was freaking great. And even after that, how like after the fight, you think like he turned. You're like, oh, Kylo Ren, he's to the light side. He's gonna be a Jedi now. He's gonna go back to his to to what he was training with Luke, which I'll get to that in a second. I kind of skipped that. I'll get back to that in a second. But I like that where you're like, no, he's like, it's time for things to change. It's which again is talking I think to the audience as well too. It's time for things to change. Time for the Sith and the Jedi to die and like all that stuff and just something new. Make something new. Time for the First Order and all that stuff to go away and make something new. So I thought that was really cool. How because I was totally like, oh yeah, he's back. He's back. He's back to the good side. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. And they literally played tug of war with with the lightsaber. Going back to Luke and Kylo Ren, I thought the backstory for that was pretty cool too. How you got two different versions. You had Kylo Ren's version. How he's like, nah, Luke tried to straight up kill me in my sleep, and your thought, oh my god, Luke is gonna turn bad. That's why he's been like this weird hermit crab old man thing. And then Luke's like, no, this is the real story. I was gonna, but then I was like, no, I shouldn't. But he woke up and saw that I was ready to, even though I changed my mind. And so I know I like that. I thought that was great or cool, whatever you want to call it. Especially like in both versions, you see like how Kylo Ren saw Luke's face, where it's like all dark, circled eyes, and then you see in Luke's version how it looks a little more normal looking, and you see the click like, no, I can't do this. So I thought that was a cool way to drive him, to push him to the dark side, so to speak, because Luke was like already sensed it in him a little bit, but that was the final push for that. But yeah, I mean overall, again, I personally don't see why it's getting the hate that it is. I mean, I get it, like I said earlier, playing devil's advocate and stuff. I get it. Like I understand being like liking Star Wars for so long and growing up with this. They're changing so many things and taking so many risks and like being like, hey, we're setting this character up only for them to like not pay it off. But again, I thought some of that was like twists and turns where they're like, psych, we're going this way, we're going that way, which was a risk. But I thought as a movie it was solid. Was it perfect? No, but again, I'm still sticking to it. I liked it. I liked it. I don't. I know a lot of people are saying it's trash, it's stupid. I liked it, and guess what? Disney didn't pay me to say that. I just I liked it. So there's that. Also, in the movie, which is really really cool, is that we got to see freaking what's its face Poe Dameron's arc was really cool. Is what I'm trying to say. Poe Dameron's arc I thought was really him and Leia's relationship was really great. The whole how he's like this fly boy who's just like he doesn't think, he's just always doing, and how that kind of like comes to bite him in the butt where he's like, oh, I see what's going on here, and he kind of regrets a little bit. Or it's kind of like I'm an idiot, but I thought Poe was really cool. I didn't think he's talked about enough in the movie. I thought he was really cool. Also BB-8, I love me some BB-8. So awesome, he's so funny. BB-8's always cool. But yeah, guys, I mean, in summary, I thought I liked the movie. I don't know really what else to say. I guess I totally understand why people don't or weren't pleased, or like because they thought they were going this way and then they went this way and they changed a lot of things. But I mean, all I can say is maybe I'm a longtime Star Wars fan too, man. I said that earlier. I grew up watching the VHS tapes of the original Lucasfilm cuts. My dad's VHS tapes. So I mean, but time for change, different things, and I mean, this is what we have. And let's be honest, like no matter how much you hate this movie, no matter what you say, everyone's still gonna go see Episode 9. You have to see how it plays out. So it's like, come on, you know what I mean? Let's give it a chance. Because I've also heard the thing. I've heard it being the buzz around the internet saying that this is very much going to be a trilogy where you can't judge them singly. You're going to have to watch all three to get the whole story, and then it'll all make sense. So theoretically speaking, Episode 9 could change and reveal and fix some stuff that was a problem in this movie. We'll just have to wait and see. So all I say is, I mean, I can't, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I liked it. I'm just saying, maybe keep an open mind, and you might like it. Excuse me, you might like it a little more. I don't know. I personally liked it. Did it have problems? For sure. Was it the best Star Wars movie ever? No, not by a long shot. But again, I liked it. I still like The Force Awakens more. I know a lot of people have problems with Force Awakens, though. I definitely like The Force Awakens more. Empire Strikes Back is still my favorite Star Wars movie. I think most people agree with that across the board. But yeah, I liked it. Had problems. Wasn't perfect, but it is what it is. Before I go to questions, though, Hawk and Dove. Hawk and Dove, they just revealed for the Titan series that's coming out for DC, their costumes. Good lord, guys, those costumes look awesome. They're doing, I don't know if the show is going to be as good as the costumes are, bro. They're like sticking super close to the comics, and they're making them look really cool and not cheesy. And they're not leather. They're not leather. They're not the CW leather costumes. You guys know I loathe completely the CW leather costumes. Like, I love The Flash. That's one of my favorite superhero shows. But I can't stand the leather costumes for any of them. For Arrow, for any of the DC Legend guys, for Flash, for Firestorm. I can't take it. I can't do it. So I'm glad that the show is doing actual cool costumes like, the movies would do. I guess they have more money to play with since it's not on network television and it's their own streaming service thing. With that said, it looks really cool. The Robin costume looks great. Dick Grayson Robin. Now we got Hawk and Dove. I just want to see freaking Beast Boy. Who else? Raven. I want to see what that's gonna look like. I want to see them all. At this rate, I think they're probably gonna release one like once a week, once every other week. I don't know. Hopefully, I just want to see a group shot. Yes, that. I want to see a trailer. Let's just go straight to a trailer. Can you tease a trailer, DC? Can you do that for us? All of us, me, everyone involved here, all the comic book community, Variant Nation. Anyway, it's not much. It's just a picture. Not really much to say. It looks really cool. I'm very excited for it. When the trailer comes out, I'm sure I'll talk about it on here on the channel. I'll definitely talk about it, and then when the show comes out, I'll definitely review the first episode, or if they release the whole series like Netflix does, I'll review the whole series, all that fun stuff, and all that jazz. But before I wrap up, I do want to remind you guys one more time, this is the last Variant Live before, but this is the last Variant Live until January 3rd, sorry. So there's going to be no Variant Live next Monday or the following Monday, so that is that. But let's do questions and answers. I'm going to take some Q&A from the comment section here real quick as I drink water because I'm parched. Would you consider doing anything with NerdSync? Let's see who said that. I'm trying to see who said. I can't get it, but you know who you are who asked that. Actually, yes. Funny enough, Scott is. I have a collaboration with him in the works right now. He should be sending me over his part of the video tonight. If you're watching this, Scott, you said you were going to get it to me tonight. I expected to get it tonight. Yeah, it's actually going to be a Christmas Eve episode. We were doing something, a very festive Christmas themed episode. We're collabing with one another, and I think it's going to be really fun. It asks a pretty serious question, a very serious comic book festive Santa question. You guys just have to wait to find out what that is. But it's collaboration. Me and Scott teamed up, and it'll be a Christmas Eve episode. And it's gonna be. I think it's a fun episode. It's meant to be just a fun family Christmassy episode. I hope you guys enjoy it. Scott, if you're listening, get me that video tonight. Carter Green says, "What is your favorite Spider-Man movie, Arris?" Spider-Man: Homecoming. That is easy peasy. Spider-Man. I love the Sam Raimi movies, especially Spider-Man 1 and 2. Grew up with those. Love them with all my heart. But Spider-Man: Homecoming, man. Tom Holland. Whew, that is Spider-Man. Let's see what's going on. Would you? Arthur asks, "Who's your favorite Jedi and who's your favorite Sith?" My favorite Jedi is. It's probably Luke Skywalker. I mean, I know that's very stereotypical, but I mean, I was like a kid, like all of you guys growing up, like, yeah, Luke. So probably Luke or Obi-Wan, Kenobi. Favorite Sith is easily, I say easily, Darth Maul, and then or Darth Vader. I feel like Darth Vader because nostalgia. It's Darth Vader, but Darth Maul, even though he didn't last very long in the movies, just has that super cool factor. But he is in Rebels and Clone Wars and all that stuff. So if you want more Darth Maul, go watch that. Love Darth Maul, very cool. Let's see what else. Pedro asks, "What's missing in the DC cinematic universe?" What's missing in the DC? Do you mean like a character or like just what do you think they're missing? I think if you're talking about like what's missing as far as making it more cohesive and just overall better. Continuity. I think they need to be doing like 5-10 year plans and stick to it, being like, oh, the end game is going to be Darkseid. So have a bunch of movies that's all like Marvel does, lead towards that. You meet at the end in the middle, and then you fight Darkseid. Just continuity. Because I'm one of my biggest gripes with Justice League. I like Justice League. It was fun, really fun movie. I told you guys, a lot of fan service for DC fans, comic book fans. I had a blast. Can't wait to get it on Blu-ray and all that fun stuff. I did really like the movie, but I will say the continuity in that movie was all over the place. There was lots of stuff that didn't line up with Suicide Squad, especially, with Flash being like, I never fought a supervillain before. But in Suicide Squad, which was before Justice League, even in the timeline, because Superman was already dead with the whole BVS thing, but Flash is fighting Captain Boomerang, so it's like that makes no sense. He's already got one of his rogues, but in Justice League, which is after he's never fought a supervillain before, that didn't make no sense. So there was lots of stuff like that. So I don't know. Don't get me started with the continuity. Continuity is very important, people. K Good 7 says, "Where do you get your comic book shirts or your shirts?" I get my shirts from the good people at Jack of All Trades Clothing. Yeah, they're awesome. I mean, I got this from them. I get like 90-80% of my shirts from them. They're awesome. So go to jackofalltradesclothing.com for some superhero tees. Let's see, what is this? Jesse Coleman, Porgs. Oh yeah, Porgs, dude, the Porgs were awesome. Dude, that scene, again, spoilers, Star Wars Last Jedi, but when the Porgs are looking at Chewbacca eating, like, the roasted Porg, amazing. Amazing, so funny. Just Porgs, yes. Tito, have you watched The Runaways? I haven't, unfortunately, but I'm taking 2 weeks off. Tomorrow's my last day because I got ahead and got videos uploaded for you guys. So I'm taking 2 weeks off for Christmas, and I'm gonna watch me some Runaways as well as some anime and all sorts of good stuff, and Jingle All the Way on Christmas Eve because that's a tradition. Every year I have to watch Jingle All the Way on Christmas Eve. That and Christmas with the Joker, because it's turbo time. It's turbo time, guys. Put those cookies down. Let's see. Original Pixel says, thoughts on the Han Solo movie? There's a lot of problems behind the scenes going on with it. Hopefully they fixed it. I'm very curious after The Last Jedi. Again, I like The Last Jedi, but I mean, I'm curious. Worried maybe? I'm gonna see it like everyone. But if it's its own thing though. It's not this new saga, so it's probably gonna be good. I mean, everyone's saying that like Rogue One is the best out of the 3 current Star Wars movies we have now: Force Awakens, Last Jedi, Rogue One. Which I mean, I don't I think for me it's still Force Awakens out of the newer three. Force Awakens, Rogue One, Last Jedi. I've only seen Last Jedi once though, so let's take that with a grain of salt. There you go. Who's your something girl man says? Who's your favorite Bat family member? Excluding Batman, obviously. It's between Nightwing and Red Hood. It always fluctuates for me because I love them both so much. Because Nightwing's Dick Grayson, he's the first Robin. He's Dick Grayson, he's Nightwing. But at the same time, Red Hood is a badass and he will hurt you, and he's cool too. At the moment, though, I will say Nightwing. But if you ask me tomorrow, it could be Red Hood. It goes like this. Patrick Wallace, Red Hood easy. I mean, yeah, I can't really disagree. Again, it fluctuates. It depends on my mood. It's like, do you want chocolate or vanilla ice cream? I don't know. It depends what day you ask me. Favorite lightsaber asked Franklin, I believe is what it said. It went too fast. Favorite lightsaber. Either Darth Maul's or Kylo Ren. I mean, I just remember seeing the trailer for Phantom Menace and seeing that double bladed lightsaber, and I was like, oh my god, sweet baby Jesus, that's awesome. So probably actually Darth Maul. But Kylo Ren I think is cool too. I like how it looks like a night sword. Do you think? David says, do you think Snoke is bad? Well, if you go back a few minutes, I answered all that earlier. I actually went on probably like a 15-minute spiel. So you can rewind it later on and find out what I have to think on that. Or what I think on that. Let's see. I'm going to answer three more, and then I'm going to get out of here, guys. 3 more questions. Let's see. Let's look for a good one. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, they're going so fast. Which is your favorite Robin? Which is your favorite Batgirl? So I guess my favorite Robin is Dick Grayson, because Dick Grayson. And my favorite Batgirl, Barbara Gordon. I mean, come on now. And then they get together and they make some beautiful Bat babies. But no, yeah, I grew up with the original kind of characters, even though like Tim Drake and stuff was Robin when I was a kid, but I still read like the original stuff. Plus, it's Dick Grayson, man. It's Dick Grayson as Barbara Gordon, first Batgirl, first Robin. I'm very like a purist kind of when it comes to that stuff. Gavin Victors asked, favorite Spider-Man villain. My favorite Spider-Man villain is probably Venom. Venom, Venom, Green Goblin, Doc Ock. Venom because again, 90s introduced. I was a 90s kid. He was like, yeah, that was like his prime time and Carnage and all that stuff. So Venom was really high up there for me. Then Green Goblin. I mean, it's Green Goblin. It's a Spider-Man's Joker. So it's like, yeah, killed Gwen Stacy, all that fun stuff. That's not fun, but you know what I mean. Yeah, and then Doc Ock because Otto Octavius is just cool. Loved the arms as a kid. I remember the Happy Meal toy that he had for Spider-Man the Animated Series. I wanted it so bad, and my cousin, she got it and she gave it to me, and I was very, very happy. But last question, one final question. I'm gonna get out of here. You guys will see me Wednesday and Saturday, but remember, after this last question, there'll be no Variant Live for the next 2 weeks. I will be back on January 3rd to talk plans for the new year and where Variant is going to be headed. So one more question, and let's see, which one am I gonna pick? Who is your favorite Flash? Let's do that. Favorite Flash again. I'm a purist. When I was growing up, Wally West was the current Flash. He was also the current Flash, the Flash in the Justice League cartoons. But Barry Allen, he created the freaking Speed Force. Barry Allen. Wally West is a close second though. He's a close second, but it's like Barry Allen, Wally West, right there. But Barry Allen, all the days long. With that said, guys, remember we're gonna watch just the rest of the first season of My Hero Academia. You can do so with the Verve app. Remember, they gave us Variant a very special offer. You get a free 30-day ad-free trial, which ends at the end of December. So after that, that offer doesn't exist. You can watch it on there. And then when we come back January 3rd, we will talk about some My Hero Academia. But until then, guys, I will see you on Wednesday when I talk about what? All things comics.